I can't do it anymore. Very.
They call it a cost of living crisis. But for many in the UK right now, it's more than that. It's a cost of existing crisis. You work, you budget, you cut corners, and somehow it's still not enough. Because in Britain today, too many people aren't living, they're surviving. And surviving day after day takes a quiet kind of strength that no one claps for. So let's talk about what is really happening and what it actually means to live in modern Britain when every bill feels heavier and every dream feels farther away. A disclaimer: this video is for education purposes and discussion purposes only. Now let's get to it.
You're homeless in London.
I am.
It's raining out.
It is.
Where are you going to sleep?
On the streets unless I make £24.
What's £24 going to get you?
Gets a hostel for the night.
Hostels cost?
Hostels cost, yeah, unless you get a hostel from the council.
My gosh, and you've got crutches?
Yeah, I called Step to see me after I'm sleeping on the streets.
And now how long have you been homeless?
I've been homeless for 4 years.
4 years out here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Isn't there any help?
I've tried everything, charities, everything, but I'm not a drug addict, I'm not an alcoholic, and I'm not pregnant. And they're the three things that get you help. So, not being any of them, I don't fit for a charity.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you survive?
Day by day, just hoping that people will help me.
What's your future like?
I want to be a writer. I want to write fiction.
You do?
Yes, not true life. Don't want to depress people.
Well, you still have a great smile.
Thank you.
So, and what are you doing are you writing? What do you...
I write every day. I write every single day.
Well,
yeah.
Great.
Yeah, and being in hospital, I was in hospital for like 3.5 weeks.
Okay.
So I did a lot of writing. Yeah.
Wow. If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
What would they be? Right, just to have somewhere to live. Just the tiniest little place to me would be a palace. To be able to get my leg better now so that I can get a job. And basically, to be looked at like a person a lot of the time.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you.
You've worked all your life, you've paid in all your life, and you've forgotten. And I just had enough, and I worked it out. Right, I'm not going to go on no foreign holidays. Them days have gone by anyway, but I could manage, and I'd have a little bit spare just to do what I wanted. But that's all gone now. As daft as it sounds, I'm even washing like my pots, if I do any pots, in cold water. I have a bathe in cold water. Try and limit my showers. I've had to put my fridge freezer in the garage and buy a little tiny fridge and live from day to day. Just sit and think about it, it would to destroy you. It would, honestly.
So how do you get by? What gets you through?
Him, my little dog. Honestly, my little dog gets me through. My family, my son comes round most days. He calls and just to see me, but him mainly because I can get outside with him. And once it gets winter time, I'm worried again, you know, we're going to be in, and I just don't know. My daughter will say, don't worry, you know, you shouldn't worry at your age, you shouldn't have to worry at your age, but you can't help it, especially when you've never been in debt all your life, never ever. And if okay, we're in my early days, mortgage and loans, etc., but paid off straight away, and never in debt, and any debt that came, if you wanted anything, paid off, buy it on a credit card for security, pay it off. Now the credit card just builds up and builds up.
Living in London is actually hell. And for some reason, I just can't see myself living somewhere else. The cost of living prices. Let me not even get started. Why am I spending so much money to live in a claustrophobic space that we call a house? That I can potentially use that exact same money somewhere else, for example, Manchester, and get a house that's 10 times bigger. The weather. Why is it raining every day? When I wake up in the morning, why is it raining? When I come back from work, why is it raining? It's so weird. And then next thing you know, it's sunny again. The weather is playing games with you. At this point, I don't even know what to wear. Shall I wear a jacket or shall I wear a t-shirt? Why is everyone rude? What is wrong with people? And why the hell do we say sorry so much?
I'm so fucking tired of the UK. It's gotten to the point where I'm looking at moving out. So I think it's going to take fucking years for the UK to start doing better again. Because it's that fucked. The thing is, moving is not fucking easy. Thanks, Brexit. I need a visa, I need a job, I need to save a shit ton of money, and probably learn a new language. And unless you're wealthy, your quality of life is fucking shit. I cannot afford, as a nearly 30-year-old, to rent something other than a fucking room. I work full time, so I should at least be able to afford a one-bed apartment. It's not that fucking much to ask for, it's a one-bed apartment. I think as a country, we're so desensitised to everything that we just take the bare fucking minimum. I don't claim to be in poverty, and my life isn't terrible. There are so many people out there who can't even afford to put food on the fucking table. And it's not like it's an uncommon thing. This is quite common now. Just like, what the fuck? I just find it so crazy how it's basically normalised at this point to literally just do your job, pay your bills, and barely be able to save at the end of the month. Like, it's just so normalised to go to a grocery store and literally panic every time you go grocery shopping because everything's just so fucking expensive, and every time you go to the shop, everything's just like doubled in price. I was having a conversation with my sister and I was just saying, like, I'm so fucking upset that I can't spend the money that I want to spend on my family for Christmas because everything, like, just surviving is so fucking expensive. Like, yes, like, I am not as poor as some people, that I know some people are literally struggling to even, like, exist. I'm getting by paycheck to paycheck, and it's insane how normalised it has become. That we spend most of our lives working, and all we are doing is surviving. We're not doing anything. We're just literally surviving. Like, most of us can't even afford to buy a fucking shitty flat, for fuck's sake. Every year, electric goes up, everything goes up, everything but the salary, and I'm just like, it's so fucking normalised. And it's literally gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. And I don't want to sit here and be like hopelessness, but it's not going to get any better.
Are people going to talk about how living in the UK is actually depressing? The UK is just not it anymore. Like, the UK was it, like, back in the day, hence why, like, our parents migrated. But, like, when I hear people saying they want to come to the UK, I'm like, what are you actually coming to the UK for? There's nothing in this country. Food is expensive, transport is expensive, everything, living is expensive, like, everything, housing is expensive. Like, why would you want to move to the UK? Like, I have a question for, like, foreigners. Why do you guys come to the UK? I just don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, every day I just, like, get on the train, go to work, come back home, eat, sleep, repeat. Like, I feel like a robot.
What the actual hell is going on in the UK? I actually think it gets worse and worse every single day. We're literally getting taxed left, right and centre. It actually getting to the point where I feel like most people are just working to survive. Like, they're literally living paycheck to paycheck. They don't do anything else other than go to work because you literally can't afford it. Like, actually, what kind of life is that? Like, what are we all doing? I think a lot of people are opening their eyes to actually what's going on in the UK now. Like, they're actually realising that we've all been kind of brainwashed into believing that we go to school, get an education, get a good job, when in actual fact that just keeps us trapped. And the lifestyle isn't even good here. The weather is crap. Everybody is miserable. I am literally fed up of being here, getting to the point where I am thinking about going elsewhere. There actually isn't any such thing as work-life balance for most people. Now, let me know, has anyone left the UK? If you've left the UK, where have you gone? Where's better? I need some options. Anyway, rant over. Let me know what you think in the comment.
In 2025, the Office of National Statistics reported that 88% of people say the cost of living is the biggest issue in their lives. Rents are climbing faster than paychecks. Food prices are up almost 18% compared to pre-pandemic levels, and even middle-income families are falling behind. And that's not failure, that's fatigue. The kind of quiet exhaustion that sits in your chest when you realize the system isn't designed for you to rest. Across the UK, households are turning off lights early to save electricity. Parents skip meals for their kids to eat. Elderly neighbors sit in courts inside their homes. A 2025 Citizen Advisor report found 1 in 5 households have fallen behind of energy bills. That's millions of people carrying silent debts, afraid to open envelopes that remind them they're falling short. And the truth is, it's not just about money, it's about dignity, because when you start choosing between heat and food, you don't just lose comfort, you lose peace. There is a strange kind of shame that comes with poverty, even when it's not your fault. People line up at food banks head low, hoping no one from work sees them. The Transel Trust delivered more than 3.5 million emergency food parcels last year, a record higher. And yet, politicians still say Britain is doing fine. But fine doesn't feel like crying in a supermarket, else because your card declined for bread. Fine doesn't feel like skipping birthdays because you cannot afford presents. Fine doesn't feel like pretending to your kids that the lights are off when it's movie night. That's not fine, that's struggle wrapped in pride. Britain has become a country where working hard doesn't guarantee living well. Wages haven't kept up with inflation in over a decade. 0-hour contract, gigs, jobs, and burnt out are normalized. And that's the quiet heartbreak. People losing their sense of future when rest feels like guilt and ambition feels like fantasy. And yet the government keeps saying the economy is recovering. Recovering for who specifically? For young people, the dream of independence feels like fiction. Average rent for a one-bed flat in London over €1,700 a month. In cities like Bristol and Leeds, even shared housing is unaffordable. So 20 and 30 sometimes move back in with parents, not because they want to, but because they have no choice. They study, they work, they grind, and still feel stuck. A viral TikTok this year showed a girl crying in a car after getting paid. And 500,000 people commented saying they felt the same. That's how common it is and how unseen it feels. Many problems aren't just financial, they're emotional. Anxiety, sleepless nights, relationship breakdowns, and rooted in the pressure to keep up. A 2025 Mind UK study found that 2 in 3 adults link their mental health declined directly to financial stress. You can see it. People faces are tired, checked out, numb, because when every month feels like a fight for stability, joy becomes a luxury. And sometimes people stop reaching for better, they just want enough. And Britain has always been known politeness doesn't fill the fridge, and pretending to be fine only keeps the suffering invisible. There is no shame in saying you are struggling. There is courage in it. That's how real change starts, not from pride but from honesty. So, if you're watching this and you feel trapped by debt, rent, exhaustion, or fear, you're not lazy. You're not failing. You're human. And you're living through a system that forgot how to care. But the story isn't over. People are uniting, communities are feeding each other's, neighbors are checking in, and voices are rising. Britain's strength has never been in wealth, it's in its people. So, maybe this is the turning point where we stop surviving and start demanding a life that feels like living. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And if you touch or have an opinion about this, don't forget to comment. Let us have a discussion of your experiences in the UK and how the life is there, how the life feels there for you. Let's have a discussion about